Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. Today you join me not at Barrow Motors, we're actually at Carbase Brent Knoll, or what was Carbase Brent Knoll. They've closed down, they've moved, and it just piqued my interest, and I thought, I want to have a little look around that site. It's been years since I've been here. I remember coming here 10 years ago to look at a Nissan Navara. I think I didn't buy it in the end. It was tucked right around in the corner. It's just interesting because if you're not aware of Carbase, they are one of the biggest kind of independent car networks now, I guess. They've got 2,000 or 3,000 cars in stock, and it all started from here. It used to be Brent Cars Limited, and they've expanded into Carbase. So I just thought, while it's empty, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe I imagine they're going to redevelop, because there's a petrol station on the front that's been empty for a little while, and now this whole site's gone as well. Just thought, let's have a nose around. Probably get arrested for trespassing, but you know, it's on our doorstep. Just interesting to see. This is probably about 100 car pitch, I would say. I think that's what, looking at it, it's probably what they used to have. It's interesting, they've got someone's house there. They used to have cars either side, and they would have to enter and exit their house via sales cars. But yeah, just interesting to have a walk around. They've got the showroom bit here. I imagine they've got a flat upstairs. I don't know if anyone's still in there or not. I always find these sort of places interesting where you've got like a fuel station, and above it you've got a little flat. It's quite suit me, really. I'd quite like that because I'm addicted to work. You could literally be upstairs among your cars. It's quite a nice view actually of Brent Knoll from here. Looking a little bit run down these days, I've got to say, which makes me think, I reckon they're gonna redevelop this into flats, houses or something. They've moved this site to like link up with there. They got one further on up the road, the much bigger one. That's Lymsham. Then they got Bristol, they got Weston, they got loads. So you would have thought they'd want to keep this one out of nostalgia more than anything else. I guess not. We have got someone's car around here. Maybe someone is still living in the flat. But yeah, this would obviously be in the workshops. Maybe valeting area around there or valeting in here. Be interesting to see what does happen with it, whether they get another garage in here or not. Let's have a little nose through. You would have thought, considering it's still in quite good use up until recently, they've done a bit more work on the old weeds. Even I'm, who's awful at that sort of stuff, I'm a bit more particular about the weeds, but then we've probably got more local old people who come around and point them out to me and say,
that doesn't look very good.
Thank you, Nigel. So, still a load of stuff in there. That was Valeting Bay by the looks of it. I don't know how well you'll see, but I thought they had workshops here as well, but it doesn't really look like it. I'm sure you could get MOTs and stuff here, but maybe they outsourced it all. Don't know. Looks like they've abandoned a lot of their furniture and whatnot. There are quite a few sales desks in there. We've had quite a few people working away, selling cars in there. I'd love to have a place like this. I would love to expand one day and have a place where you could have 100 cars, but a lot of money to do it, and I can't imagine if this is still owned by, I think it's Steve Winter, the guy who owns Carbase, or did, or started Carbase and Brent Cars. He's probably not going to want a competitor, is he? He'd probably rather level it and put some houses or flats, or maybe a hotel like next door in. But it's a good spot because this is the A38, I think. If not, it's the A39. Yeah, it's the A38. The main road from Bridgewater, Burnham-on-Sea, up through to Chard, Weston, whatever. It's a real busy main road. Obviously the petrol station as well, which was in use up until recently. I don't think I've actually ever been into this petrol station, but considering they've got the Lego blocks all the way around now, I think they've got plans in mind. They're going to be emptying this out and doing something else with it. Should have a nose around this end. Obviously quite a lot of parking around here for the petrol station. I'm sure they used to do mechanics here, but judging by that, I guess they didn't. Maybe originally they did, and then once they got their Bristol bases and everything with more modern workshops, maybe they ripped it all out and stuck to valeting, a bit like we're going to do at Barrow Motors, stick to valeting on the sales site and have all the mechanics off-site, as it were. I just find buildings and things like this interesting because you obviously see you've got your Velux windows up there and what must be quite a big flat. And every time I see an old building like this, I got visions of wanting to fix it up and make something of it, and what else could it be? What could you do with it? You know, get your petrol station up and running again, and you know, you could convert it into all sorts of things. Obviously, a pretty massive flat upstairs. If it's not, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2 flats, one for this side and one for the other side. It's probably not how most people see it. They probably look at an old building that's got weeds growing out of it and whatever, and think they're better off knocking it down and starting again. Bit of a shame, because structurally, it's not that old, is it? And it looks fairly solid. But it's funny how it happens, because it's almost overnight. There used to be 100 cars here with flags, everything, and it's all gone. We'll have to see what happens. So that's it really. Probably not a huge amount to see, is there? It's just a big open yard where you could have a lot of cars. It'd be interesting to see what happens. I guess if I do see things happen, because it's kind of between me, we're only 5 minutes from Barrow Motors here, and not far from where I live. I kind of go past it some days. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, shifting_metal, and I'll update you. We'll see what happens here, whether they start seeing fences going up and they're going to start building houses in here, or if some lucky soul starts filling it up with their cars. I will let you know. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. And other than that, I'll see you next time.